Cool. Here we go. How you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Marvy, what did I do this weekend? Put up a fence for Anna's house. Max and I put up a fence. Yep, that's what it was. Big times. Big times for me.
Mended fences this weekend?
I mended fences. Matter of fact, I made fences. Not the movie, not like Denzel. What'd I do? Oh, I went to see Irish dance. It was St. Pat's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Duh.
It was.
Now, when I lived in Chicago, St. Pat's Day was it. It was the shizzle. Do people say shizzle?
I heard they dye the rivers green. Is that true?
Yeah.
The beer, the river,
Yeah.
whatever you got, it's going to be green.
Yeah, they did that in Tampa too. They dyed the river green.
Nice. Yes, I did that, and I saw Irish dancers at church. Now, I'm older now, so for St. Patrick's Day, I go to church. Interesting. I suppose I could have described that back in the day too, but it wasn't church. Different church. All right, anyway, St. Patrick's Day, Jackson, what did you do?
I went to the beach. It was, it's always like this time of year is the first great day to be at the beach. And you just kind of want to sit there all day because you know in a month or so it's going to be 95. You're not going to be able to sitting out there just sweating.
Yeah.
So we had a great day just sitting on the beach all day.
Nice. All right, Kaylee, what did you do?
Family bonding, you know?
Family bonding.
Family time is very important.
That's right. I'm John Moran. We're getting a note from this.
Our producer.
Introduce yourself. Oh, hi, I'm John Moran.
I'm Kaylee Husey.
And I'm Jackson Stanford.
Nice. There you go. Please direct all fan mail to Katie Luce. All right. So anyway, let's get into this. You guys want to hear about us, I know, but we're going to talk about business. All right. So we're going to talk about what is going on. And anytime we start this thing out with the vitals, market vitals, let's talk about mortgage rates. Katie, can you throw them up there? What are we doing with mortgage rates? Mortgage rates are kind of flat right now. The Fed had a meeting today. They had their big meeting today. We're waiting to see. I didn't look to see what they came out with. Every expectation was that they were not going to raise rates. Okay. Looking at this, rates are what, 30 years, 7.865. All right, whatever. You look at the graph down there. Yeah, they're rolling along. If you're holding out, it says here, if you're holding out for borrowing costs to get lower, don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
Maybe in June, maybe. I'm putting a heavy maybe on the June situation. Now, it certainly isn't going to happen here in March, and they're going to get together in May again, and then we'll see what happens in June. So don't look for anything on mortgage rates. And here's the thing. If you're waiting to buy based on mortgage rates, betting that they're going to go down, and then that's when you're going to buy, that's a bad bet.
Bad idea.
That's a bad bet. And we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. But I understand the mentality, the thinking, but it's a bad bet. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. All right. So the major impact that we have right now on everything, you get the Fed doing their thing, and it comes down to unemployment. It comes down to a bunch of stuff. But the main thing is wages. Okay, can you throw up the wages? If people have money, they're going to go out and spend it, right? Yep. So the question is, are people working, and are they making more money? And this is from Indeed. You know what Indeed, Jackson? Did you graduate college? Did you fill out anything on Indeed?
Yeah, I've used Indeed a time or two.
Right?
I'm still getting emails from Indeed. Yes.
Katie, we use it for our hiring, right? So Indeed, they're dialed into the hiring practices in the U.S. And what they're saying here is wages are decreasing, or they're not going up as fast as they did. Okay, across all low income or middle income and high income, all categories are slowing down. Employers are slowing down, and it has to do with the cost of money. They're not investing in hiring, training, equipment. We're starting to see that show up here. So if people don't have money, it'll make it harder for them to buy at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It can make it harder for them to rent, all that stuff, and have the confidence and security to go forward. So we're watching wage growth here. It's still happening. Unemployment's still fairly low. Kind of weird on the numbers how they report it, but it's still going. Spring break started, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys notice? Is there people in town?
Not as many as usual.
Are you feeling not as many? Katie, you?
Last week it was busy. This week, Jackson and I were driving down to go preview one of our open houses, and the roads just weren't as busy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the last week, Easter weekend, will be really busy. I think that'll be a big week for us.
Yeah, and it's hard because the COVID years, 20, 21, and even 22 were peak all-time high on rentals. So it was busy. But interesting enough, when I first moved here, you guys are not even born, but still, we had off season where in the winter they shut down. Donut Hole shut down for 3 months or a month or whatever it was. A lot of places just shut down because there wasn't any business. Now we're open year round.
Yep.
Right. It's a year round destination now. So that's cool. But yeah, spring break, not as many people in town. I think probably comes down to wages. People don't have nearly as much money.
I think that's a great point. I mean, unemployment is down, like we're saying, but I mean, when wages are lower, that people are still having their money, but they're not having that free flow cash on hand. You know, hey, let's take that trip. We can afford it this year. So that's really something we're watching. Yeah.
So yeah, let's see what if it shows up in our rentals and our sales prices. Let's take a look at the sales stats here. What's going on? I want to point out this to you because if you're an owner, a buyer, or whatever, this matters. Okay. Market vitals, median sales prices. All right. We're looking at year over year. We have last year 23 and this year 24 only for the first 2 full months. March is a partial month here. And then we got 22 versus 23 year over year. A lot of red on that graph, right? A lot of red on that graph. Red indicates a softening of prices. And Kaylee, you're working with buyers right now. They're wondering, should I wait because prices are dropping, right? Is that what you're hearing?
Yes.
What are they saying? Give me a flavor of what you're hearing.
So right now we're looking at a unit and they love the unit and they want to be in that unit, but they're undecided because they are waiting to see what the market does and they're expecting prices to drop, but that's not really what we're expecting to see. So
this is what we talked about before when we looked at the mortgage rates. If you're waiting for the mortgage rates to drop, totally makes sense, understand it, because you think it's going to be cheaper when you get your loan. And your loan will likely be cheaper. That's true. But the fact of the matter is prices, Kate, go ahead and pull those prices back up. This is Destin condos, right? And you'll see some red here, but look at, they're not dropping much. I know 10% is real money, but look at 2 jumps up to 14, 3, 10, up 2, up 17, down 2. I mean, they're not massive numbers, right? I know they are in dollars, but not in percentage, because these things swing pretty quick and easy. So again, if the prices don't go down, and what if they go up that 17%, and you get that low mortgage, but the price goes up or it doesn't go down? That's a bad bet to wait on the mortgage, because if you lock in the price now, let's say 500 at the current rate, and the numbers work, right? The cash flow's there, you achieve your goal for buying at 500 at the current rate. If the rate does go down, you can refi out, right? Yeah. Get a new rate and save some money. Awesome. And if the prices go down, all right, you're still getting a low rate. The prices are unlikely to go down very much. We're not seeing any evidence that they're going to have a wholesale fall off. If they go down some, all right, whatever. Yeah. But the question is what if they go up?
Exactly.
And they're more likely to go up because when rates go down, affordability increases and people start buying, buy. We see multiple offers. We see just all these crazy things, no inspections, all this stuff, and prices go up. Rates go down, that's going to push prices up. So if you wait, you might get a lower rate, but you'll end up paying a higher price. That's a scary game to play if you don't have to. Buy at today's rate or price and today's rate, and then refi if it goes down.
Yeah, I think the whole watch for prices thing, I get it 100%. I mean, it's with anything, it's always
intuitive.
It's smart. It's the good thing to do. However, when we're saying prices go down, when you look over any of our charts that we talk about on this podcast, I mean, we're saying prices soften. We don't expect prices to really, really decrease. We expect prices to increase year over year for the next 20 years. And so, getting in when you can afford it is always what we're going to prescribe.
Right. Maybe not every single year. What I like to say is prices don't always go up, but they go up over time. Yeah. Okay. They're going to have some dips, but over time, they'll go up. You might see 1 year of a down, maybe even 2 or 3, but then you'll see a bounce back up. So buy and hold.
Buy and hold.
Yeah.
Buy and hold. Okay, let's look at so these are the condo. Pull them back up here. A lot of red on this graph. You'll see some softening, a little bit, right? But it's not dramatic. And this is why we're not seeing a bunch of forced sellers. We're not seeing condo sellers jumping on with this huge jump in inventory. We're just not seeing it. The ones that are going to feel the pressure here are buyers, because that interest rate, if it does start to drop, you'll start to see prices go up. All right, let's look at the houses in the Destin area. If you look at that, it's going to be very similar to what we have here. Let's see. Well, okay, there they are. All right, so look at up 42%, down 14%. So far this month, they're down 39%, but it's still, halfway through the month. A lot of red.
Yeah.
And again, but 21 down, a little bit bigger numbers here. 21 substantial. 10 and less is kind of what I say isn't too much. 21 though is a lot. 21's a lot. 5, all right. 21 again. 7 up 23, down 11, down 16, up 20. So it's up and down. It's a yo-yo there. And what that means is there's no forced selling going on. The numbers aren't severe enough to push sellers to panic and jump on the market.
Yeah, there's not really any motivation there.
It's very low, very low. If I wait a month, maybe the prices come back. If I don't wait and it goes down, all right, maybe I lose 8, 10%. But I only lose it if I sell it.
Exactly.
And if I don't have to sell for 8 to 10%, I can wait and see what happens next year. And if it jumps up 20%, I'm a winner. That's why we're not seeing this massive influx of inventory. So again, if you're a buyer, I think you need to play the long game.
For sure.
If you find a property that works for you, you love it, and the numbers work in today's environment, go ahead and buy it, as opposed to waiting to try to get it somewhat better. The upside is a little better. The downside is the price is going to jump and you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
right?
It's called gambling.
Yeah, it's risky for sure. And let's be honest, there's no sure bet that the Fed's going to lower the rates even in June.
Yeah.
No.
Right? And by June, you're starting to look at it, the season for rentals is almost over.
Yep.
Then you get to June, you're almost looking towards next year.
You're looking for next year. Yep. So just, if you find a property and you're a buyer, you like it and it works,
Buy it and hold it.
Yeah, buy and hold. All right, let's take a look at 30A. What's happening on 30A? This is interesting. It blows my mind a little bit, but we're talking a little bit of higher income bracket here. If you look at condos on 30A, there's not nearly the red on there. 30A is having high time still, okay? And I think the reason why is at the top end of the market, folks still have a good amount of money. There's a lot of cash for it. Look at these year over years in October, 117% up, which is a lot. But the previous month of 55 is a lot. And the next month of 69 is a lot. Prices are still going up. Now they're receding a little bit in February of this year, and so far in March are a little soft. But what happens on 30A, the numbers aren't there, the number of transactions. So it's a little funky. But folks on 30A are not worried. Sellers are not worried, right? If you want to be a buyer on 30A, it still comes back to you. If you find a property you like, and the numbers work, you got to make sure the numbers work. But if you do, go ahead and buy it.
Yeah.
If the rates come down, refi. And if they don't, well, you're locked in. If prices come way down, well, you can call me and tell me I was wrong. But if they go up, you can call me and tell me I'm right.
Yeah, please send us an email. We'll tell you what those prices were 10 years ago.
We looked at this before getting on here. Prices go up.
Yeah, over time.
And they go up substantially, right?
Yeah, greatly.
Isn't that amazing? We said, okay, what if you got a loan 30 years ago? Do you remember what the price for a condo in Destin was 30 years ago? A little over $100,000, $110,000 if you would have bought that. And what's it now? Mid fives?
Yeah.
So 110 to mid fives. That's a pretty good up. Yeah. And then somebody else paid for it?
Yeah.
And you collected 30 years of rent?
And you got to have a condo on the beach?
Oh my, that's a lot of winning. So again, if you're into buying, do it. How about houses on 30A? I bet that's going to look the same thing too. Let's take a look at those. Okay, so feeds into here. All right, there it is. Look there's hardly any red on this. Look at those numbers. Look at the jumps. All right, they're not the same as the condos because there are more houses on 38 than there are condos. So you got a little more flattening of the data here, but it's still black as can be on there. There's not much softening. If you're looking for a property on 38, you better dust off your checkbook.
Yeah.
I don't expect anything to be cheap over there for a long time.
No. This is good news for sellers. If you're trying to capture this. But again, if you look at the prices on 38 over 30 years, 10 years, 20 years, it's an up and to the right. There's no doubt about it. Okay, go ahead and let's look at Panama City. This could be interesting. Panama City's a little different market. It's a lot like our market, heavy on the tourism. All right, look at this. Okay. Oh, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? It's up and down. But if you look at the swings, it's not that much. Up 8, down almost 2. So far this month, that minus 18 is too early. But what's that? 7, minus 12, 1, down 1, 6, 1, down 5, 11, 11. Pretty flat. Okay. This is a no worries market. It's not going up. It's not going down. I can wait.
Yeah.
This is what, and that's why we're not seeing very many transactions. Buyers are waiting for the mortgage rates to drop, or for prices to drop, or inventory to go up. And the sellers are on the sidelines going, yeah, I don't care. I don't need to lower my price. I can wait. I'm not going to get hurt. I'm not going to even put it on the market because I don't want to sell at these prices. Let's just wait and see.
Yep, big wait and see moment right now.
Yeah, my word with the wait and see. That's why we see the number of transactions is greater. Prices have not, number of transactions have. Okay. How about houses in Panama City Beach? Let's see what we're doing there. Okay. It's going to be very similar. A little more red. The red tells me it's softening. You know what this whole thing is telling me? Not necessarily that prices are dropping. They are softening a little bit. Mostly what it's telling me, though, is they're not going up.
Yeah.
Right.
Over the last several years, they've been going up. And I mean, not even in a little bit, but going up. But here you see down 11, up 4, down 6, up 4, down 9, down 5, down 2, down 1, up 2, down 10, up 24. Again, there's no reason for buyers or sellers to act quickly, and they're not. Okay, which tells me if you're a buy and holder and you find a property that you like, you love, you whatever, and the numbers work, go ahead and feel confident in buying it, right? If you're a flipper, I don't know. Flipping works when the market is going up or down on a steep curve.
Yeah.
Here, not so much. It's hard to get hurt though right now if prices aren't going up or down too much. So that's what's going on with prices. I mean, it is what it is. I think that's a fairly healthy market, to be honest.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know what I mean? All right. So what else? What else we got? What's a big topic? Did you guys see any news? Have you been watching anything? You hear anything? I felt like something happened over the, last Friday?
I've had people reach out to me that normally couldn't care less about real estate.
Right?
The last few days.
Oh my gosh, if I hear any more, realtors going out of business, right? Is that what we're all hearing? The National Association of Realtors settled a lawsuit. $400 million. Oh my gosh. Real estate's going to change forever. Ugh.
Yeah, it's all over my TikTok feed. That's
Is
the
it?
only thing that's on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You got a, million plus realtors. You got anybody who owns a house or wants to own a house or condo or land. It matters to them. And so they're wondering, wait a minute, what? I don't have to pay a commission anymore? What? It's going to be, what's going on?
Headlines look great.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's weird. I follow the Wall Street Journal pretty close. So I open it up and it seems like every day since Friday, there's all these articles about real estate is in free fall and blah, blah, blah. Realtors are doomed. All the realtors are going to go out of business. Yeah. But no, I don't see it.
I don't either.
I don't see it. Well, what's going to happen is, Kate, can you pull up? I want to see what we got here. We didn't get the other graphic on the. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Technical difficulties. We can talk about it. So here's the deal. We got so many people coming out. NAR comes out, signs this thing, says what's going to happen is listing agents can't put in the MLS how much they're paying buyer agents. All right. Right now, you could go into the MLS. The way it works is realtors go in the MLS and they search for houses for sale for their buyers. And then they can see how much they're going to make, right? If it's 2%, 3%, some 2.5%, whatever.
Right.
They see what's going on. And typically it's the seller has the buyer's commission baked into the amount they're paying their listing agent, and the listing agent pays the buyer agent. Okay. Out of the 6%, the buyer or the listing agent pays the buyer's agent. All right. And apparently that is a bad thing. It's curbing competition or something. It's throwing somebody under the bus. I'm not sure who or why, but it's throwing somebody under the bus. So what they did is they say, all right, we're not going to put in the MLS anymore. Whatever the buyer agent is getting paid. So now the buyer agent is going to be required to get what is called a buyer representation agreement. If you're a buyer, you're going to hire a buyer's agent. You're going to negotiate with the buyer's agent how much you're going to pay the buyer's agent.
Right.
Which is cool, I guess. The problem is the cost of all of it. Most of our buyers are coming up with as much money as they can to buy as much house or condo as they can.
Exactly.
And if they have to come out of pocket, they can't build it into the loan price. If they have to come out of pocket for the commission to the real estate agent, that's going to be a problem. Okay, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. I get it theoretically, but I also understand this in the real world, the way selling properties. If you're a seller out there and you want to sell, this is not some, oh, great, I don't have to pay a buyer's agent, I'm going to save 2 or 3%. Perhaps.
Maybe.
Perhaps, but then you're not going to have a buyer agent working for you. You're buy owner.
Yeah, you have
right?
to do all the work.
You got to do all the work, and you already have buy owner as an option. You can go out and do buy owner, go to Home Depot, buy a sign, stick it in your yard, and go for it, right? But here's the thing. If I want to sell, I'm going to hire the best agent I can to represent me. And then I'm going to make it known to anybody and everybody possible that I am selling my house.
Yeah.
Because the more people that know what I'm doing, the more likely I'm going to get 1 or 2 or 3 or better offers. But if I only have a couple or 0 or 1, how do I know if that's the best deal? Right? And if there's nobody working for me, no buyer agent, or a bunch of buyer agents and all their buyers, I only have the listing agent. As great as that listing agent is, that's not good.
It's like if you went to sell your car and you just told your family member, hey, can you find people to sell this car, versus putting it on Facebook Marketplace or something.
Put it everywhere.
Yeah.
Put
You
it
want eyeballs on what you're trying to sell.
and build in what you're going to pay the buyer's agent into your price, just like you do now, right? Because that'll get it sold. Because the one thing I know every seller wants is a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I know every buyer wants is a house that achieves their want, their need, right? So, yeah, just as we go forward into this, figure out why you're selling, figure out what it is you're trying to get, your criteria. I want to get 500,000,
Okay.
and I'm going to build in the cost to get 500,000. Right? I want to net 500. So I'm going to pay the realtor. I'm going to pay taxes. I'm going to pay for repairs. I'm going to pay all this stuff. Build that on top of what you want. And then go hire a couple realtors to go get that number.
Yeah.
And if you get a price that achieves your goal for selling, take it.
Yeah.
If you don't, negotiate a better deal or find another buyer.
Exactly.
That's the way it works, right? Same thing if you're a buyer and you're going to hire an agent, okay? Hire the best agent you can. And if you think about it, what does a buyer need? They need access to homes and somebody who's knowledgeable about those homes. So if I was a buyer, I would find out from my realtor that I'm signing up with, do you preview houses? Do you preview every house that comes for sale? Have you been previewing? Do you know the homes? So when I ask, I like this home, are there any others? Can you pull from your knowledge, from your database, from your experience, other homes in that neighborhood? Because I can't, because I don't do that. But you do it on the day to day. So if I know you're going into neighborhoods and you're knowing every single house in that neighborhood, you can tell me the ones where they had big dogs that were scratching the wood floors.
Yep.
Or if you can tell me the smokers that just the whole house smells. If you can tell me the ones been updated, haven't been updated. That is what I need.
Yeah.
Right?
You need someone who, when you say, I love this property, everything works, this is exactly what I look for, and they say, hey, I love your enthusiasm, I love what you found, but have you considered this? Because I know this and you did it.
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
Knowledge, yeah.
If
You get what you pay for.
If you get the right agent, right? You want somebody that's going to protect you in case, I don't know, mold, disclosures, assessments, any kind of other risks that go into buying a property of massive amounts of money.
Yeah.
The biggest purchase most people make. You want to make sure you have some sort of representation by somebody who has experience, knowledge, expertise. Okay. If you find that and they know the market and they know all that stuff, yeah, all day long, because they're going to save you whatever the cost is. Same thing on the seller side. Make sure you find somebody that's dialed in to a network of buyers. So there's a ton of them that understand the contracts, that can protect you when the buyer goes haywire or all these kinds of things happen. Provide value. I'm gonna give you guys a story. Okay, I go out to Destin Cafe a lot of mornings, all right? And I order 2 eggs, toast, 3 pieces of bacon, some potatoes, and about 75 coffees, right? I do that for breakfast all the time. It costs me $22 with tip. It's a lot of money, okay? I can make it at home for $5, but I don't want to make it at home. Don't want to. I want somebody else to make my darn eggs, right? And I want them to deliver it and say, hey, Miss Moran, here's your breakfast. Can I get you anything else? No, this is good, right? And do you want more coffee? Oh, thank you. Yes, I do. And then when they're done, hey, are you done? Great. And they take it away. And I'm sitting there with my coffee, loving my life. It's worth the $22 to me, right? And so I'm happy to pay it because I see the value. So if you're a realtor or if you're hiring a realtor, make sure you're hiring value. Don't hire the person, hire their experience, knowledge, and expertise. And if they have that and they can deliver it to you, then feel fine about paying them because they'll get you whatever you want, right? And if you're a buyer and you're working with a buyer agent and they have skill, knowledge, experience, and all that stuff that they can deliver for you, be confident hiring them knowing that they're going to get you everything you want.
Yeah.
When your car breaks down, do you go under the hood and just tinker around and try to figure it out yourself, or do you take it into a shop to someone who that's their job and they know what they're doing?
Exactly. Here's what I do. I open the hood and I look at it and go, oh, shit.
What am I looking at?
And then I gently close the hood. Somebody call a mechanic.
Yeah.
Right? I'll hit it a few times. That's what I do every time. And I'll yell and swear a little bit, but yeah, that's what I do. Exactly. It's the same thing here. If somebody's providing value, pay for it.
Right.
If they're not, make sure you have an escape hatch, right? You can do that in your contracts, whether it's a buyer agreement or a listing agreement. Make sure you build into, hey, you're not doing what you said you would. I need out. We do that.
Right.
Anybody who's any good does that. So know that. So is anything going to change? I think it's going to take out some of the crappy realtors.
Yeah.
And it probably needs to go out. Will some people do more deals, try to do more by owners, right? I'm not going to pay our buyer's agent.
Of course, they'll try.
They'll try.
Yeah, they'll
and
try.
some will work,
And some will.
but no. Most of them, if you want somebody to cook your eggs, they're going to go, right? And to finish that analogy, somebody says, well, go to McDonald's, it's only like $6-7. Yeah, I get it. But I don't see the value, in the McDonald's. I won't pay it. I see the value in Cafe Destin. I'm happy to pay it. So I tell my real estate friends, be Cafe Destin. Don't be McDonald's. I tell my sellers and my buyers, expect Cafe Destin. Don't expect McDonald's.
We're Cafe Destin.
Yeah. Don't be something you can get on any corner of any street in America.
Yep. So it's big money. It's big money stuff.
Yeah.
You want to get it right.
Big purchase.
Yep. You want to get it right. All right. So that's what's going on with the NAR stuff. You're going to hear a lot about this.
We're not too worried.
Let it wash over you. You know, higher quality, get quality, be quality, and provide that quality service. You'll be fine. All right. What else we got? Who owns the beach? Oh my word. This is a thing. This has been a thing for a while now. And who owns the beach? If you've been to Destin at any time at all, is this malfunction? Oh, there it is. Okay. If you've been to Destin, 30A, Panama City, Navarre, anywhere, at least where we operate, you see these signs. Private beach. You might even see some big dude with forearms with
Security
kegs,
guard.
right? Can't come here, right? I remember Snoopy, right? Peanuts, and they had, I don't know, whatever, Charlie Brown or Snoopy was walking around, no dogs allowed. And that's exactly what this is. I want to go to the beach and they're telling me I can't come to the beach. It's kind of a mess. It's kind of a nightmare. We're seeing it more and more, right? You guys saw it on 38 last
over
week?
on 38.
Yeah,
That's where it's mainly happening
And
right now.
the problem is people just don't know. They come here. I mean, this is their big family vacation. They just have no idea, and they get blindsided.
They come in. You're coming down from Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, wherever. Texas, Arkansas, wherever. You come in here, you're all fired up. We're going to the beach. Come on, kids, get in the car. It's going to be fun. You drive that 9 hours and you just torture the whole way. You get here and all right, let's go to the beach. And you get there, there's a beach access. Oh, look at the beach access is right there. And then you get out there and the beach is like,
It's a little sliver.
10 feet wide. It's like, you're like, well, what? Next thing you know, you're in jail up in Defuniak Springs. You got in a fight, you neck punched the guy, and your wife's kicking him, and oh my gosh. And there goes the vacation, right? So it's not cool. It's not cool. But here's the thing. We had an attorney in this morning. We talked to him about it. It's gone all the way to the Supreme Court.
It's a big deal.
It's been ruled on. It's done. And on 30A at least, you're out of luck. All those single family homes, those private dwellings that line the beach there, you're out of luck. They own to the high water line. All right. So you're gonna get some room there. You can't put up umbrellas. Can't do anything like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a pain. There's room for enough people, but in the summer it gets pretty crowded pretty fast.
Yeah. You don't get in a car and drive here 9 hours to share a sliver of beach with 100 other people. I mean, it's got to be infuriating. You would say the beach is right there. I see it. There's no one on it. And you just can't go on it.
But if I spend a gazillion bucks for a house and it tells me I got what I got, I want what I want.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but here's the interesting thing. In Okaloosa County, Destin, all right, it's different. And in Bay County, Panama City Beach, it's different. And one of the big differences is I know here in Okaloosa County, there's a lot more public beach access.
Right.
And it's more condos. You got these big condos rather than these small houses. But even still, you got the public beach access. There's a ton of them. There's 9 of them in all of Walton County, and they're about 10 feet wide, right? But here in Okaloosa County, you got James Lee State Park. You got the Pompano Joe's over there. Henderson Beach. You got the Whale's Tail, all that stuff over there. There's a lot of them. They just tore down 5 houses to make even more. And we were talking about this earlier. Remember, you guys? About Destin and Panama City, that they're built for tourists.
Yeah, tourist base.
They want you to, right? Think about it. People in Destin or the communities of Destin and Panama City, come to the beach, bring your family, stay in our condos, eat at our hotel or our restaurant, shop at our stores, do all that.
Spend your money in Destin.
Right? We got the track, for God's sake.
Yeah.
They got Ripley's water park.
Yeah.
We got Ripley's, believe it or not, over in Panama City. We got James Brown Park or whatever. You got all kinds. You got Pier Park. You got all that stuff. Walton County is a little more hoity-toity, right? They want you to come spend the day.
Yeah.
Come spend your money during the day and then get the hell out of here. We're trying to have some fun ourselves, right? Parking's about $1 million an hour. Everything's gated. Everything's gated. You ain't getting anywhere near the beach. Come enjoy Seaside. Maybe go to Watercolor, look at some cool architecture, whatever. Enjoy your day trip and not get out of here. That's kind of the vibe I get from 38, right? This is for us. We're all right if you guys pass through here temporarily, but go back to Destin, go back to Panama City, and do all that stuff.
Yeah, I think Destin, Panama City, we're more catering to. Please bring your family. Please come to the beach. Please spend your money. 30A is more. I don't really know. Come buy your second house down here, and everyone else we don't really care too much.
Come eat and shop, and then go back to Destin for the rest of your vacation.
And that's cool. That's cool. I mean, if that's their thing, there's a different vibe about all of this stuff, right? So I think that's a big part of it. I don't think, because I'm sitting here going, oh, geez, that's gonna be bad for business in Walton County. They're gonna have to do something. I don't think they have to because they don't want to.
No,
they're perfectly happy if Jimmy from Madison gets mad and doesn't come back. Fine, go to Destin, go to Panama City. I'm cool with that.
I don't think they want the tourists there, like.
Not in the same
spring
way.
Break,
No.
For Seaside, I know they're not having it. They're having curfews and stuff like that. So I don't think they're really basing it off of tourism down there.
They don't want tourists. They want buyers.
Yeah, they want owners.
Yeah.
That are going to be there. and maybe even better, owners that aren't going to be there, right? Absentee owners that keep up their place, pay their bills, but don't really show up much. But you know, that's cool as long as everybody's aware of that. So if you're a buyer and you want to be on 38, totally get it. I love the vibe down there. Love it. I know a lot of people who live down there. They go there. It's cool. But if the rents have never been the same over here or even in Panama City.
Right.
The prices have always been significantly higher, but the rents aren't. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to buy an investment property that you're going to rent out, you might want to stick more to Okaloosa or Bay County, or even Santa Rosa County, Navarre, Pensacola Beach.
Both models work.
Yeah.
You just need to know the differences.
Yeah. And that comes back to having a good real estate agent that's representing what your hopes and dreams are, right? So that's what's going on with Who Owns the Beach. There's going to be some pushback. There is no doubt there's going to be some fights. I know the sheriff, it's got to be a nightmare. Yeah, we got a couple of people on the beach that are fighting over whatever, and they got to show up and deal. It's got to be a nightmare. But don't look for any changes. That's what I've been told. Don't look for any changes. All right? Okay, what else? What's next? Area spotlight. Baytown.
So that's where our open house is tomorrow. We're having open house in Baytown. Jackson and I were out there today previewing.
Is it Baytown or Baytown Wharf?
It's Baytown Wharf.
The village
is
of Baytown.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's called the Village of Baytown Wharf.
Yes.
Who's the jackass who just put Baytown on here? I think I was the one who did that.
Yeah, Baytown. Baytown's very interesting spot. I mean, Baytown is actually on the bay. Go figure. But it's a part of a larger development called Sandestin. And so Sandestin's on the north side and the south side of Highway 98 that we keep referring back to. You can see on our maps here. It's a huge fun community. There's 3 golf courses in there, very nice houses, different communities inside of Sandestin. But Baytown, where our open house is more of a little village where there's some bars, there's some shopping, there's some restaurants, and there's actually even a marina in Baytown. They have a huge fishing tournament every year, the Emerald Coast Builders Classic, coming up in the summertime. And they have, these boats will come out of there. I'll just harp on this real quick. They come out of there and it's like 3-4 days, right? You can
deep sea fishing.
Deep sea fishing.
Oh, yeah.
These boats are more money than the houses we talk about.
Yeah.
Cost more to fill them up than we talk about.
Yeah.
They run out of there and you can go anywhere in the Gulf. You just got to be back in 4 days. You can go fish Louisiana, you can fish the Keys, but if you're back with whatever fish you catch, that's what they weigh in.
Nice. It's so fun. It's a big deal.
It's a great time.
In Baytown in itself, if you go out there, just for fun, for lunch, for dinner, for a night out, it's awesome. If you have young kids, Jolie Island out there. You guys ever go to Jolie Island? You ever go out there? So fun. So fun. Look at the fireworks. They have all kinds of really cool stuff out there.
Yeah. If you're staying there on vacation, you honestly never have to come out of Baytown.
Yeah.
You have everything in there.
It's a really cool place.
For people of all ages.
Yep, it's a cool place. And so if you want to buy in there, is it expensive? What's the story on that?
I mean, houses in Baytown, you're going to be looking around $700 to get in. I think we'll throw a picture of what that looks like real quick.
And you can rent them?
Yeah, you can rent these out. I would recommend, if you are renting it out, you look on the southern side of Highway 98 because you can get closer to the beach. However, one really cool thing about Sandestin, what they do is if you have a golf cart, they actually have a tunnel underneath Highway 98. So you can take a golf cart from the north side of Sandestin under Highway 98 to get to the beach access, which is really, really unique around this area.
Really cool.
Because Highway 98, a lot of people don't think about. I mean, that's kind of the dividing line, and they really figured out a cool way to circumnavigate that.
Yep.
High end in Baytown, you're going to be looking around $3 million.
Is that on the water?
Yeah, it's definitely on the south side. I don't think it's waterfront, but I think it's right around the corner from the beach.
There's some big time houses in back on the bay over there too.
Yeah, so there's a development back there. I think it's Burnt Pine. It's called
Pine.
Burnt Pine.
One of the nicest neighborhoods around.
Nicest neighborhoods. They actually have their own private golf course inside of a gated private community.
Double gated community for sure. And there's condos, right, Kelly?
Condos on the low end, you're looking at 200,000, and then on the high end, we're looking at about 3.5. We have pictures. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to be our low end.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing that these prices show you, I mean, for all the amenities you get, I mean, you're talking about being on the bay and in the ocean. You're talking about ropes course, talking about bars, talking about restaurants, talking about a whole marina. These are accessible price points for a lot of our clients that we talk to.
Yeah. It's a very cool place. You're right there at Grand Boulevard with all the movie theater and the restaurants and the shopping and all that stuff that you can all go to by cart. You don't even have to leave.
You legitimately
you
don't have to drive your car again until you leave to go.
You'll never run out of stuff to do there.
Yeah. So it's a cool place. I used to go there a lot when the kids were younger. I haven't been there in a while. I think they have even skating in the winter.
Yeah, the ice skating.
Yeah, there's an ice skating rink. They do all kinds of festivals. Today was the wine festival. I went a couple weeks ago for the gumbo festival. They do all kinds of really cool things there. There's a lot of business meetings they do. They'll put people in the condos right around Baytown and have conventions there. It's really, really cool.
It's a good spot. Good spot. All right. So yeah, if you're interested in Baytown or if you have any questions, give these folks a call. They'll be happy to help you out. What else we got? We got another one. Y'all, we're looking at Joe's Bayou. Tell me about this.
Are y'all boaters? Do y'all boat?
Yes.
Yeah. So Destin and the Emerald Coast, we have a very large boating community. And the boat ramp that people mainly use in Destin is in Joe's Bayou.
This is the public boat. So you stick it on the back of your car or your truck and you back it in. It's that place, right? Okay.
Yeah. So right now they're planning on redoing it. The city of Destin has completed 60% of their plans and they're moving to have 90% of their plans complete. And so they're going to be...
I drove by it. They're doing stuff.
They are doing it. There's a lot happening.
Yeah. One thing about Destin is everyone has a boat. Now, what a lot of people don't think about is where you're going to put that boat. So a lot of times you either put it in dry storage or if you have it behind your house, that's basically you're paying 2 boat payments. So a majority of Destin has to keep their boats at their house or locked up somewhere. And so a lot of times that's where they put into the water.
At Joe's.
That is Joe's Bayou.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been there during the summer, but the boat ramp gets so backed up, it'll go all the way down the street and you're waiting in line for like an hour to put your boat in the water. Yeah. And the same thing when you get off the water in the evening.
Oh yeah, it's a great time.
There's like boats waiting out there to come off the water.
I grew up going out of Joe's Bayou, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with all this whole new upgrades. I mean, it's not it was in any bad shape. It's just this is a huge part of a vital part of the community and something that deserves to have money put in. And
where's the money coming from?
Get ready for Jackson's history lesson here.
Jackson's history lesson.
So this is actually really cool and something I'm pretty passionate about.
History?
I love history. I love history. But going back out of that, this project will be funded by BP, British Petroleum. And a lot of our viewers, whether you live here or not, are not going to know why. And it's because of the Deep Horizon oil spill in 2010. This was a blowout that killed 10 workers on the explosion and subsequently sank the rig. And this resulted in over 4 million barrels of oil flowing up from the open well until it was sealed 87 days later. I remember what that was like, and I was 10 years old, John. I'm sure you do.
I remember the
panic in the community. I mean,
I thought we were done with real estate. I was thinking, oh my, we're moving to South Carolina. Here we go.
I mean, there was legitimate fears that the beach would be black for the rest of the term. I mean, that's a lot of oil. I mean, it killed a lot of wildlife, put a lot of local businesses on strain. And so BP, the Supreme Court ordered them to pay settlements to all the damaged parties. That's going to total around $8 billion. And I don't know when
I was a damaged party. Yeah. I got some money.
But good news is the city of Destin, rightfully so, was one of those damaged parties. And so it's really, really good to see that the community is using those funds.
And still to this day.
They're still having to pay that money out.
A lot of money in oil. So they're going to fix up Joe's Bayou.
I think that was a great decision by the community leaders here to put that back, something that's going to benefit the locals here. I really think that was a smart decision. Very easily could have used that for something.
Do you remember that? There was fears, all you could see was these birds covered in oil, right? All that stuff everywhere. But we didn't get it.
No.
We got some of these little pellets.
Almost dime size.
Yeah, just these little things. It was enough to be a little bit of a pain in the rear, but we still rented. We collected some money from it. Some people canceled, but it still worked. Yeah. It still worked. Thank goodness.
It wasn't, we didn't necessarily get hit with a lot of the environmental concerns. It was just more of the public mass hysteria. People say, I'm going to cancel my vacation because the beach is going to be black. And thank goodness it wasn't. But that was where more of the slowing down came from.
Yeah, it was something else. BP still going. All right, cool. So Joe's it's like a $12 million project or something. I remember.
Yeah, and I don't remember when the completion date is off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean, they're going to be looking to replace all the piers and expand the parking a lot, which Kaylee talked about can kind of get bottlenecked during the busy days, and they're gonna put nature trails and viewing areas. I think it'll be really nice because Joe's Bayou is a great spot to put the boat in. It was just kind of like, this is the boat ramp. You're only there to put the boat in the water.
Right.
They kind of revitalize and make it a cool place to be.
I like that.
think that's a great idea for the city of Destin.
This isn't far from where your parents live, is it?
No, that's actually very close. We go on walks and we pass the boat ramp every single time. So I'm really excited to see them redo that.
Oh my word. My daughter bought over in that area too. So you got Publix going in over there. You got the elementary school expanding. You got Joe's Bayou fixing up.
It's going to flourish.
The price points over there are going to pop.
Yes, for sure.
Oh my word. Oh my word. All right, well, cool. That's Joe's Bayou. If you have any questions about Joe's Bayou, hit these folks up. All right, next week, what are we doing this week for next week? We're going to be somewhere. Where are we going?
So we're over in Sandestin this week, and then next week we'll be over in Panama City Beach. That's where our open house will be. It'll be from 2 to 4. We'll be live at 2. There's our little ad.
Is this for Baytown? Tomorrow you guys will be in Baytown.
And then next week we'll be in Panama City Beach.
Ooh, tell me about the one tomorrow. What are you doing?
So it's 2 units. It's unit 432.
At Lasada? Or where is it?
Market Street in Baytown.
Okay.
Yeah,
So these units, they're up above. There's kind of a semicircle up the top part of Baytown. So you're kind of in the middle of the action. It's great.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I know, a lot of friends I went to college with actually have come for conventions for business, and their companies will rent those units out and put them up in it. So I mean, it's a really cool situation they have there.
It is. I think they rent pretty well too.
Yeah, I think so as well. Plus, you get all those added benefits we were talking about with Sandestin. It's just a cool little corner of this great little area.
Okay, and that's tomorrow at 2, so they can tune in and check it out and see what that looks like. And then tomorrow or next week we'll be in Panama City Beach. That's gonna be cool.
Yes, there's a lot of new stuff going up in Panama City Beach. So we'll be talking about that on the live on Tuesday, and then we'll have our live open house on Wednesday. So that's what will be next week.
Okay, and then we're gonna do another thing. We're gonna go take a look at a lot of the different beach accesses around here, because some of them are big expanses where 100 cars can park, and some are, you gotta walk single file.
Yeah.
And some are really cool, like on 30A. They're very scenic, very cool, and some have restaurants attached to them. So we're going to take a look and talk about some of our favorite beach accesses. So there you go. That's what we got going this week. Anything else you guys want to add on our outro?
I think that's it for this week.
Yeah.
So I would like to add this. Thank you all. If you're watching, we really appreciate it. If you're not, we still appreciate it. But we're going to keep going on this and grow this.